General networking, network fundamentals, access points. We're going to talk about access points in general, show you how they work, and of course again, do I have an access point at home? A wireless access point is just a device that will allow your wireless devices to connect to wired networks using Wi-Fi. You need a wireless card in your laptop, in your phone, in your printer. Then you need an access point that will be connected to your main network. That's a very basic definition of an access point. A lot of access points will support PoE. It will make your installation very easy. Remember, you need a PoE switch, Power over Ethernet switch. We can have an access point that will run as a bridge as well. It means that you can, for instance, connect two buildings together. Let me show you this picture again. Okay, that is an example. You want to have two access points and it's a point-to-point bridge. These guys are connected to an access point directly. If you have a lot of access points, let's say you have an office, I don't know, 5-6 floors, it is almost impossible to manage all your access points one by one. Let's say you have 50 access points. It's impossible. That's why if you have an office like that, you will go for a controller. It means that you will have a device that will manage all your access points, and it's a centralized solution. Example? Yes, of course, I am ready for that. A Cisco wireless controller. You connect your access points to it, and then you can manage all of them using one device. Very easy, not cheap. That's all I have to say about that. Do I have an access point at home? Yes, in most cases you have a router with an access point. Oh, by the way, this is a Linksys 1900, the next generation of a very popular WRT54G router. Actually looks awesome. It's really expensive, but I'm pretty sure it will be a very popular router. The design is awesome. It's great. And take a look. There are WAN ports. There is eSATA USB 3. Great. Yeah. But we're talking about access points, right? This guy has an access point built in. It means that this is a router, a switch, and an access point, and it can be even a NAS server. You can connect a hard drive. A lot of features. Again, no modem here. This is an RJ45 port. We will have a dedicated video to wireless and how to troubleshoot wireless. Here is just a picture to show you wireless standards. It is all described in a standard 802.11. And then you have A, B, G. The latest one is AC, which will allow you to achieve gigabit speeds in theory. And of course they are working on the next generation wireless standards as well at the moment. In most cases, if you go to the next standard, it is backwards compatible. It has been like that. I hope they will keep it. Of course you will, if you go for 802.11n and you have a laptop that supports, let's say G, you should not expect to get 600 megabits per second. It is backwards compatible, which is good news. When you look at a standalone access point, you will not find a lot of ports on it. Here, you will find a LAN port, a reset button, and the power port. That's it. Nothing else. Why? Well, that's how you connect it. You take your existing router or a switch and you connect it to your access point. That's it. You don't need any ports. Again, we're talking about a standalone access point. A lot of routers will have a built-in access point. In this case, we're talking about, let's say you have a firewall. A lot of firewalls will not have an access point built in. If you want to add a feature like that in your network, you need a standalone access point. Now an additional question. Is it possible to use a router with a built-in access point, or what we say a wireless router, and connect it like that? And the answer is yes, of course, you can do that. You can take a router, I just found one, it doesn't really matter. You take a router like that, then you grab a cable, and let me just get rid of that one, and you connect it like that. Even though this is a router, it can work on its access point. Be very careful, you will have to disable a few things on it, for instance DHCP server. We'll talk about it. I have a demo prepared for you. You will see that in action later on. Yes, it is possible to use a router with an access point to give you wireless connections. Okay, if wireless is so great, do we have any problems with wireless? Because every time I go to a company, they have wireless, still they have a lot of cables around. Why is that? If wireless is so great, it is. When you think, especially when you think about an office, imagine that you have an office. Let's say that is your office door and your desks here. You can put one access point here and one access point here. Job's done. One day to set it up, job's done. £150 for a decent access point. Job's done. If you want to cable this floor, you will pay, I don't know, 3K at least. Then you have to buy cables, patch panels, you have to have a comms room, a lot of work. Still, 99%, I can say 99.99 of the companies will go for a cable, not a wireless solution only. Why? Well, the main problem, of course, security is the first one. We can secure wireless, however, you still, you can have someone over here and he can try and break into your network. Yeah, or at least try. It's wireless. You can't really say, okay, there is no wireless here, just stop everything. It's almost impossible. Then the second thing is wireless is not reliable. Okay, if you want to browse the internet, fair enough, you can do that. If you want to access a SQL database, believe me, you don't want to use wireless. I hope maybe in 50 years they will make it as reliable as a wired connection. Today, it is not. Let's summarize then. We discussed access points in general. I showed you how they work. And yes, 99% of people will have a wireless access point at home, or to be more specific, a router that will deliver wireless for you as well.